You wake up. You are in the home of a Turkmen family in a border village in Rumelia. Your father is either retired or still an active raider. This is because raiding is a tradition of warfare passed down from generation to generation. Your father is also involved in village work such as farming and animal husbandry. Raiders are not like other soldiers. They are only on duty during war. If there is peace, they live village life. Your mother does the housework and educates the children. You see your father fighting, but you learn discipline from your mother. She teaches you patience, prayer, and observation. She also takes part in agriculture and animal husbandry. When your father goes on a campaign, she plows the fields and tends the animals. She never says goodbye when he leaves. She lives as if he will never return. This shows her strength and independence. If your grandfather was a warrior, and your father was a warrior, you too were destined to be one. You were raised with warrior ethics. Not only war, but honor, loyalty, and speed were also important. Your childhood was different. You learned horse riding at 6 or 7. You practiced with bow and arrow. You gained tracking and navigation skills in mountains and forests. Before 10, you joined seasonal trips with herds to build endurance. By age 12, you entered raider training. Your family sent you as an apprentice under a leader. Training took place in forests and mountains along borders. You separated from home and family. You learned map reading, but the real goal was memory. You memorized trees, rivers, and sun angles. Night training was mission simulation. You practiced stealth, moving without alerting dogs. You wore multiple shoes to silence steps. Sometimes you even walked barefoot. Raiders relied on speed and precision. You learned to shoot arrows from a distance even while riding. You trained in tracking enemies and hiding your own tracks, erasing footprints with stones or walking near water. You survived on little food, dried meat, barley, water. Sometimes only water. Hunger training was vital since hunger leads to mistakes. Silence was also key. You communicated with signs and eyes. Trainings lasted 2 to 4 years. Yours lasted 4. After training, you went on missions. To test silence, you stole horses with small groups. You did surveillance for days. You delivered messages between raider camps, risking enemy patrols. At 18, you completed missions and earned the right to carry a weapon. Your name was added to the roster. You were now a state-sanctioned agent. You served as scout, spy, commander, and intelligence officer. In peacetime, you returned to your village. One day, a decree arrived. You were summoned by Fatih Sultan Mehmet. Months before the conquest, you gathered intelligence across Thrace. You observed castles, passes, villages under Byzantine control. You identified strengths and weaknesses. When the siege began, Byzantines called reinforcements. You and your companions cut off supply routes. You stopped caravans. At night, you waged psychological warfare, lighting fires, creating noise, spreading fear, making the enemy think things were worse than they were. During the siege, you conducted night patrols. You guarded Ottoman flanks and harassed Byzantines with quick raids. After the conquest, you entered the city first, not for loot, but to locate resistance, secure weapons depots, and seize key points. This was how Istanbul was conquered. You were unseen yet vital, speed, intelligence, fear. You wore the enemy down. You were a raider, a hidden hero of history. And when the war was done, you returned home.